welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching this. I hope you guys are thirsty because I have a sweet treat for you guys today. Does anyone here like iced coffee? Because I know I do. I mean, I drink it all year round. So I have my apron on today. We're in the kitchen. Before I get into the recipe, I do want to give a little backstory as to like why I want to create this video and why I want to share it with you guys. If you don't know me, I'm Vietnamese, and there are a few things that Vietnamese people are known for. Obviously pho, our bánh mì, and our café soda, our iced milk coffee. Does that sound right? I think so. Our iced milk coffee. It is strong, it will punch you in the chest, it will wake you up, but it is sweet, it is decadent, okay? It is.
There are some reminders for Kelly.
Hey Google, stop. Why would it do
Okay,
that?
it's canceled.
I didn't ask her to cancel, I just asked her to stop. I really never had a special drink where I could have something that was strong and sweet until I learned about this customized order that my mom got at Starbucks. Mom, if you're watching, hi, I love you. So she got this customized Starbucks drink from one of her coworkers, and who knows where her coworkers got it from. So unfortunately, I can't give credit to whoever created this drink, but I'll put her Starbucks order up right here, and then we can go through it together. So the order from Starbucks is a doppio con panna. That's 2 shots of espresso plus whipped cream and 2 pumps of vanilla or classic syrup. And I like to put a light drizzle. My mom likes just the regular amount of drizzle, but I think that makes it a little too sweet. And so when you order just this simple drink, it comes hot, and us Vietnamese people love iced. I don't know if I'm generalizing too much. I know I love iced coffee. So what I like to do is order a tall cup of ice on the side. I mix up the doppio con panna mixture and then pour it over ice, and boom, you have a delicious drink. Okay, so let's get into the ingredients. What you would need is espresso ground coffee. I guess if you have dark roast, that will do, but I don't want to hear or see light or medium roast in this recipe, okay? Don't at me, don't do it. What I have, sorry, this is actually not the right container. What I have is actually Café Bustelo. It's a Cuban espresso coffee grounds, and it's so strong. I love it, and it's really affordable. You can find it at any grocery store. The next thing you need is simple syrup. This is how I like to sweeten all of my drinks. It adds the flavor immediately. You don't have to wait for the, like, if you add sugar, you don't have to wait for that to blend. So this container, I believe we got it from Safeway like a year ago, and we finished it, and now we just make our own simple syrup and we put it in here. So you can either buy your own or make your own. I'll show you really quickly how to make your own today because it's so simple. Next, you need caramel. You can make your own caramel too, but I literally don't have the patience for that. So I have Hershey's caramel syrup that you put in ice cream. This works just fine. You will need an espresso maker. So there are so many options out there. What I have today is a mocha pot. Again, this is like what Italians and Cubans use to make their coffee. And so we have the Vietnamese coffee filter too. I don't have that. It makes really great coffee, but it takes forever because it's a slow drip coffee. It takes too long for me. You also have options like an actual espresso maker. So we have a Breville espresso maker, but that's really expensive. If you're not a huge coffee drinker, I really wouldn't recommend getting it. You have the AeroPress, and I think they have like small espresso machines that they sell out there, probably for the same price. So it really depends what you want, but definitely you need an espresso maker, okay? Don't use coffee pot coffee. So what I have here is, let me see, I have white sugar and powdered sugar. So the white sugar is for the simple syrup. If you're buying your own, you won't need this for the recipe. And then the powdered sugar, I'm gonna show you guys how to make whipped cream. I love making homemade whipped cream, but again, you can just buy it from the grocery store. You can buy Ready Whip. It does the same thing. On this side, I have tools that you may or may not need depending on whether or not you want to buy your ingredients or make them. I have a small saucepan for your simple syrup. I have the heavy cream for the whipped cream. I have a measuring cup for the simple syrup. guys, let's make the simple syrup. So it's really, really easy. It's called simple syrup for a reason. It's equal parts sugar, equal parts water. So usually I do 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water. That's how we fill up the jar that we have. But today, since I already have some, I'm only going to make half a cup. But if you make it and you want to store it, I would recommend doing at least 1 cup. Okay, so first, the saucepan is on the burner, but it's not on. Okay, we want to start it all at the same time. So let's get half a cup of sugar. Doesn't have to be too precise, but let's put it in. And then I'm gonna get half a cup of water. I have my half a cup of water and I'm just gonna pour it right in. Let's turn the burner on high. Please stay next to your saucepan and keep an eye on it. What we wanna do is bring it to a boil, make sure all of the sugar is dissolved. Once that's done, you can just turn off your burner, let it cool, and then it'll turn into a syrupy mixture. As you can see, it's starting to boil, but let's wait a little bit because there's still some sugar. Okay, as you stir around, if you don't feel any more bumps, any granules, your simple syrup's done. Let's turn it off and move it from this burner. And then it'll sit and rest for at least half an hour, but until it's completely cool. Okay, so we just made our simple syrup. Let's move on to making our whipped cream. Like I said, you don't have to make your own whipped cream. You can just buy the ready whipped can or any other can, but I just like making it. It's a little bit more special, and you can adjust how much sugar you want in it. So what you'll need is heavy whipping cream, powdered sugar. This is how you're gonna sweeten it, and a whisk. So you are more than welcome to whisk it by hand, but that will take a while. If you have a hand mixer, that'll work really well too, but I have this cool contraption. Stop. I have this cool contraption that will make whisking a lot easier. Thank you, Mama Messline and Papa Messline. Okay, so let's get into it. So first, let's do half a cup of heavy whipping cream. So this would definitely make more than the serving you would need for your coffee, but if you make a lot, store it in the fridge, then you can have this drink several days a week. Let me pour in half a cup. Let's add powdered sugar. This is really up to how you like it, and I kind of tend to eyeball this part. Once I whip it, I taste it, and then I just add more. But let's start with 2 teaspoons. Okay, get your whisk, and let's whisk this. Just a note for heavy whipping cream, there is such a thing as whipping it too much. You want to get it to that light, fluffy consistency where the peaks can stand on their own, but please do not over mix because you're going to start making butter or something close to it. So let's start. So it's not done yet, but I just want to show you guys. You see that? It's not very thick, it's dripping. It's not there yet, but let's taste it. We can taste it at this point. Yeah, I like that sweetness. If you want to add more powdered sugar at this point, you can. But let's keep going. See, look at that. Nothing's falling off. It's nice and thick. Yum. Yep, that's good. Okay, so our other ingredients are done. The simple syrup, the whipped cream. It's time to make coffee. So the mocha pot has 3 parts to it. First you have, I don't know all the proper terms, so excuse me, but you have the upper body. This is where your coffee will steam and come up and out into. And then you have the coffee filter. Then you have the base, which holds your water. You want to fill water up below that bowl. Okay, so I have water in here. Let's put the coffee filter on top. And then let's add our coffee grounds. There's really no exact measurement to this. You just want to fill this and mound it just a little, but don't pack it in. Like that. And then we can put the lid on top. So let's go put it on the stove. So this mocha pot will work on a gas stove or an electric stove, but just keep in mind that if you put it on a gas stove, the flame is gonna make the handle really hot. So when you take it off, make sure you have like a towel or something. And to avoid that on an electric stove, put it at the edge of the circle, so then only the base gets hot and not the handle. I'm gonna turn it on high and just let it boil. Okay, so when it starts boiling, it'll come out like this. You wanna keep the lid closed because it's gonna start sputtering. So I don't know if you can hear the slight sputtering, but when it reaches the end of the liquid down here, it's gonna start just really sputtering, and that's when you wanna turn off your stove. So I'm gonna turn it off. Okay guys, we have all of our ingredients done. We have the simple syrup, we have the whipped cream, we have our freshly made coffee. So since this is an iced coffee, ideally you want your espresso to cool down a bit. Otherwise it's really gonna melt the ice that we're gonna put in. But do you have patience? I mean, I know I don't have patience, so let's just put everything together. So before we do assemble this coffee, I do want to let you know that the serving size is pretty small because it is an espresso. It's a strong coffee, similar to Vietnamese coffee. Whenever we make it, it's not that much. You add ice, and that's how it kind of brings down the bitterness and give you more liquid. But when this is all put together, it should make about half a cup of liquid. So today, I'm gonna use this really cute mason jar that I have. I love drinking out of here. So for this shot, I'm gonna ask my boyfriend Chad to step in to assemble everything because I wanna be behind the camera. Unfortunately, you won't see his face, but maybe you will in the next video. Make sure to subscribe. Let's start with a cup of ice and 2 ounces of espresso. I'm only using 1.5 ounces because the ice is melting too fast. And then 1 teaspoon of simple syrup and 2 tablespoons of whipped cream. And a light drizzle of caramel. And mix it all together. Well, thank you to my male model / producer for helping us make this today. It's done. You know it's time for a taste test. Guys, it almost tastes like you're eating coffee ice cream or like melted coffee ice cream. The caramel hits you. There's a light layer of foam on top. I don't know if you can tell. Do you see that? The jiggly part, that's the foam. Well, I really hope that someone out there makes this drink because I love it. Please let me know what you think. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.